Hi everybody, my review is on the movie Tron Legacy, which opened up on December 17th. And let me just get to a little bit of the summary of the movie. Starts off in 1989, Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges, tells his 8-year-old son Sam about a new digital frontier he's created called the Grid, and a virtual domain existing inside a computer system. Kevin tells Sam about the two programs helping him. And the movie was pretty good. I never really saw the original Tron movie. I vaguely remember. I've seen it, but I vaguely remember it back in the 80s. Never saw it in the original one. I never saw it in the theaters. I saw it like on the movie channels, HBO, whatever. And what I remember in that movie was I believe it took place back in 1982, and he goes into the grid and interacts with the beings in there, the people, plays the games, and all that. And then at the end of the movie, he comes back out of there into the real world. So in this movie, like I was just reading, it starts off in 1989, and Jeff Bridges' character goes down to the grid, and Kevin Flynn, he goes down to the grid and goes in there. Now his son never knows whatever happened to him, but um, his son was given the keys to the arcade where he went, and there was a computer in there where you can go inside the grid into this computer world. So his son goes in there, and then that's when the movie starts taking off with the Tron stuff and everything. But what's amazing, the visual effects were pretty decent. I think they were pretty good. Special effects were pretty good, visual, and there was a lot of fun things in there, like the games that they play in there, like throwing the discs at each other and stuff, was pretty cool. The motorcycle racing was pretty darn cool, and it was pretty interesting what they did with this movie. Now, I know that the movie's not perfect. I think it's a good movie. It really is. I mean, I liked it. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. Not 100% perfect. On Rotten Tomatoes, it did get a 50%, and but the audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 79%. So sometimes the critics aren't always with it on these movies, but usually the moviegoers, they're the ones that really make the decide what they think. I mean, as a moviegoer, I can tell you, I didn't think it really was that bad of a movie. I thought it was pretty decent. I enjoyed it. One of the things I thought was amazing too was, like when they had the flashback, like when the movie started off back in 1989, they had Jeff Bridges looking young, the way he did back in the 1980s, and I don't know whether they used CGI or makeup or whatever to make him look younger, years younger. But I thought that was pretty darn cool how they did that. They made him look really young like you did back then. And one of the things too is when the games are playing inside the grid, you hear the chant, the cheering of the crowd, but you never see the crowd. You just hear a bunch of cheering and people clapping and applauding, but you never really get to see the other people in there cheering inside this grid. And it doesn't seem like a very big world. It only seems like there's very few people that are in there, characters, character-wise. But the movie is pretty good. I think it was pretty decent for what it was. Like I said, visual, all that stuff was pretty decent. And and the movie had a kind of a retro feel to it, like the 1980s. So if you're into science fiction, you'll probably enjoy this film. Like I said, I don't think it was totally perfect. But then again, it wasn't bad at all. I mean, there was good entertainment value there. There was, I had fun with it. The motorcycle races and all that stuff. The fights with the discs, throwing and stuff. I thought that was all pretty darn cool. So yeah, I give this movie I'll give this movie somewhere between, well, B minus or B. I'll give it a B. I'll be kinder than the movie critics were. But anyways, that's my review, and Merry Christmas to all. Happy holidays. I don't know what it is you celebrate this time of year, whether but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate this time of year. But everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you later. All right.